Hello again, it's Tom here and welcome back to Magic Woodworking. Today I'm going to show you how to change the blades of this 18 volt Makita planer by the book. But if you hang around to the end of the video, I will show you a second quicker way, which is generally what we do on site. Definitely worth a look. Okay, so you've got an 18 volt Makita planer and the blades need changing. First job, remove that battery. These don't grow back. Right, next, these 3 bolts. Place it in the vise, don't do it up, just open it so it just sits in there. Makes life a bit easier to work with. You can just do this on the bench, but you know. Right, undo those 3 bolts with the tool that the planer comes with. Spin them out, and before you put them back in, just put 1 little drop of oil in. Makes your life that bit easier next time you come to doing it, so they don't seize up in there. Also, something you might not be aware of, the planer blades are double-sided, so you don't necessarily need to buy new ones. Very often you can just take them out, spin them around, put them back in, and you're good to go. So once you spin out these 3 bolts, like so, the base plate will come off with it. Right, this bit gets a little bit fiddly. There's a little plate inside here, which I'm going to try and get out with my screwdriver in just a moment. There we go. And the third part is the blade itself, which again is very fiddly. And there's the blade. I don't know if you can see on camera, bit of focus, that's double-edged. Right, so by the book, what you should do is take this plate, and there's 2 little screws on it, undo it with a Phillips head screwdriver. I wouldn't recommend using an impact driver, as you can spin the heads out and quite frankly ruin them. Right, so once you've spun your blade around, you take the block that the planer come with, and you take the blade and press it tight to that back edge. Then you take this plate, place it over the blade, which I'm going to try and do now and then demonstrate. A little easier said than done. And then that part pushes up tight to the back of the block. Once you're located, tighten these screws back up and you're good to go. So I'm just going to do that now. In just a moment. Okay. Once you're happy and they're tight, you're ready to reassemble. So, first put this plate back in, and I should say it's important that all the holes line up. If they don't, you've done something wrong and you need to reset. Right, next, as I said before, drop of oil in each of the holes. Don't go crazy, 1 drop's enough, just to give it a little bit of lubrication. Next, take your blade, slide it in from the side. There's a little recess for it. Recess, right, that's in. Then take the base plate, drop it into position, and then finger tight the bolts. In this particular case, I'm just going to spin the tool around quickly. Don't over tighten to start off with, just till they just grip. And once they're all just about tightened up, I'm just going to demonstrate something. The blade needs to fit just a mil or so past there, and make sure it's going to miss the body of the planer as well. As long as it freely moves and you're not catching any part of that, then you can snug them up. Once you snug them up, make sure your planer's set to 0. Get a straight edge and just make sure that that blade is not going to foul as it spins round. If it doesn't, you're good to go. Now that's how to change the blades by the book. Now I'm going to show you how you do it on site, like most carpenters. Firstly, this they don't bother with. What they do on site, because we don't have time for this, unless you've bashed it, chances are that's going to be set up in the right position anyway. So on site, you just loosen off the bolts a little bit, pull out the blade, turn it around, and just slide it straight back in again. Because unless you've physically hit a nail or something hard to throw all the settings out, it's still going to be set up. Now I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of haters saying, oh, that's not the correct way. Well, I've been earning my living doing this for 25 years, and every carpenter I know does it this way, so take my word for it. That's how we do it on site. And she works. Hope that's helped you. If it has, please give me a thumbs up, or better yet, subscribe. And if you've got any comments, I'd love to hear them. Or if you'd like to tell me about any other tools you'd like me to show you how to do repairs or do reviews on the channel, I'm more than happy to do it. Catch you in the next video.